Hey, what's up, humans and aliens? It's gLife, aka GeorgeLife.com. Welcome to my music production series on YouTube, the show where we produce a piece of music, usually a beat, and we discuss music production related topics. Shout out to the sponsor, They're Here Gear. And today we're going to do another hip-hop beat for beginners in Garageband, the last one before we move on to Logic Pro. And we are going to discuss briefly about mastering your tracks. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel as it helps the algorithm. And if you're red-eyed, I'm red-eyed. Let's make some magic. My name's gLife and I've been a touring musician for the last 10 years. When 2020 changed all of that, I hunkered down in my basement music studio and decided to become the internet's most ballerest Bitcoin beat maker on the planet. Learn along with me, let's make some magic.
Brain Trust Gang.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's gLife, aka Son of Sailor, coming at you from the Brain Trust Gang. Last episode we talked about social media. Episode before that we talked about goals. Today we're talking about your personal website. Boom. Same with social media. Your personal website should be easily findable. For example, such as we used yesterday. Let's say your name is Golden Axe Sega Beats. You want to be goldenaxesegabeats.com. You want everything the same. You want it uniform. You want it succinct. Website you can buy. You can get a domain very cheap. You can connect it to like a Wix.com and build your website for free. I buy my website domain for $8.99 a year. I pay around $9.99 a month and I build a website myself. Your website should consist of at least all your links, your name, your contact, your photo, your music, your social networks. Check out GeorgeLife.com. Check out my website. I've got a shop. Hopefully you can generate some income. Nowadays, you can link to everything. I've got links to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube. I got links to my videos, poetry, my art. It just never stops, So you need that website because number one, places like MySpace go down. Hopefully places like Facebook go down. Places like Snapchat just lose their popularity. You want your website. Direct everyone to your website. That's where they go. This is gLife. This has been the Brain Trust Gang. Nailed it. Peace.
Brain Trust Gang.
Magic time.
Little G, big life.
We've done 2 episodes so far, but we're going to assume that this is your first time using GarageBand. What you're going to do is open Software Instrument. The other options are audio. This is where you'd plug in a microphone, and this is where you'd plug in a guitar. And then your drummer track. We will discuss the drummer track a little bit later. So we're going to start with the Software Instrument track. Okie dokie. So we have our instruments over here on the left. Starts you out with a classic electric piano, which is always a good place to start. Synthesizers are good places to start. Guitar, just depends on what kind of beat you want to make. You can start any way you like. Many people start with the drums, but I start with the melody. And that means we need to come up with a melody. If you want to improve your beat making skills, you need to improve your melody skills. And my first suggestion would be to learn music theory. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that help with that. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're someone who learns from YouTube videos, as I am. And the whole world's worth of knowledge is right there in your pocket on your phone. It's pretty crazy. You're going to press Command K. That'll bring up your musical typing keyboard. Command K. Boom. What that is this keyboard. So we have piano picked. So when I press A, it's piano, 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 piano. We also can click it in with the mouse. That's located right in the middle of the piano. If we want to go down an octave, it'll go lower. If we want to go up an octave, it'll go higher. And it'll show you where you're located right here. This is how we're going to navigate the piano. So again, if we're beginners, I'm not going to focus on any crazy chords. I like to choose 2 fingers. We're going to learn together. I'm not great at beats, but I think GarageBand is a great place to start. I think Logic Pro is much better, and the beats I put out on Logic Pro end up much better in that same sense. We'll try to come up with a beat. Up here we have our tempo. That's going to dictate how fast the music moves. If we want to put it up to like 150, that's where a trap beat would be. We just got to come up with a melody now. I think I'm gonna go a little lower. See, I mean, just something real simple because we're doing a beginner beat. So this is your record button. It'll count us in, and we're gonna try to nail that for at least 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. So that was 8 bars, which is good because maybe we can. We're just gonna leave it like that. Hokey dokey do. We take this this piece that we recorded and we double click it. That will bring up what is called the piano roll. So this shows our notes, and you can see this is gonna be bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, and so bar 1 looks like I came in a little early, so we need to grab this note and tuck it back just a tiny bit behind that line. Now we can try to put everything on time. You use the cue here, the quantize. And because I'm not too familiar with music theory, it doesn't always work for me. But that probably has to do with the 16th note or the 32 note or the 8th note, because that's where it's going to try to quantize it and put it on time. So I just drag it and highlight all those notes, press Q. Didn't move things too much. Let's listen and see. Okay, so that one was just that very last note was slightly off, but I also wanted to change that just to a dun 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 dun. Alright, that was the wrong tone, but I'll show you here, because what we're going to do is we're going to move this note a little higher. I mean, it might have been right there. Let's see. No. That might be it. So we can put our cursor here and play it back from there. Sounds slightly off. I think that'll do. That just changes it up slightly from bar 4 to bar 8. Otherwise it would just be a 4-bar loop. Cool. That'll do. Again, we're not gonna spend too much worry and too much time on this stuff. So we're gonna want a second instrument track. Software instrument. Boom, new track, classical electric piano. We're gonna switch that to guitar. We're gonna try. No. Well, what we'll do then to give ourselves a longer area to play is we'll copy this piece by we click on it and then we press Command C, and we put our cursor at the end and we'll go Command V. We can do Command V. That'll give us 3 times the amount to be able to play on it a little. Down here is going to be the track we're recording on. So let's record while we practice. I mean, again, this is a beginner song. Doesn't have to be an epic beat. Let's hear how that one sounds. Oh, so what I did there is undo. So Command Z will undo, Command Z will undo. I drag the track from here, I click on it, I pull it all the way to this 8 bars that I actually liked. This matches up to the sample, the 8-bar sample. So now I can drag it back to the beginning and we can hear it. I probably should quantize it, but we're gonna hear it first. So let's double click it so we can see it as well. Okay, let's check it. It's alright. We'll copy it, we'll paste it, we'll run with it. Because part of this show, too, is we're not trying to drag on for 2 hours while we pick through our sounds and nitpick everything. Personally, I would be doing that after. I'd put together a beat and then I would really like nitpick everything. Okay. As in the other videos, what I do from this point usually is I will throw on a drummer track to be able to tell if it's even working with if it would even work. Some of this stuff works until you put drums on it and then it doesn't work. So we'll explain what a drummer track is. So up here we'll click on the plus sign. We go to drummer track, we press create. Now what it's done is put in some drums for us, but here's the more important part is we have Anton doing our modern hip hop, okay? And this is the drummer module. So right now it's going to play Anton's personal version of In the Club. These are all beat hip hop presets. It's going to be playing In the Club. And the way it's going to be playing it is loud and complex over here. So if you just want it complex and normal over here, if you want it simple and normal over here, if you want it soft and simple over here, so it's loud and complex, it's using these instruments. So it does not have a shaker. We could add in the shaker. We could add more shaker. We have claps. We could take out the clap. We could kick back. We could move the kick and snare back. This is how we personalize the drummer track. So because trap is so popular, I want to hear it under trap. And it'll say if you change the drummer, it'll change the trap. It'll change everything. And yeah, it does. So let's hear Dez's trap of Stuntin'. Let's hear Stuntin' over that so far. I mean, it's not bad. It's not the type of drums you'd want, but it's not necessarily the melody's fault. Let's try a couple other versions. Now let's try just regular hip hop, modern hip hop. And we will try like we'll just take a guess on one of these. Chi-Town, Anton's version. Okay, so that's the drummer track. It's cool. I like it. And what a lot of beat makers do is they just use the drummer track, and that's how they're able to put out like 10 beats a day. Or they'll just run they'll have a lot of templates with drums done. Even if we hand do our drums, in Logic Pro, we can save a lot of those templates and use. So we could just go in and spend a day researching how to do trap drums, how to do lo-fi drums, how to do drill drums. We could lay them in. And then do the next day, do some melodies. A lot of people do that is they'll spend one day on melodies and one day on drums. I love the drummer track. I just don't use it anymore in any of my beats. I like to do everything custom, and we will show you how to do that. For the sake of lessons, we're gonna use a bass over here. And we'll just have to play around with the bass like we did with the other ones to see if we can get one that works. Another thing to do is mix the track as you go. So you got to turn everything down a tiny bit because as it gets together, it goes up and up. But I'm going to turn this rock down quite a bit. So you can see these parameters come up right here. Usually if you click on your track, it'll have some parameters. You have your gain, your reverb. I'm just feeling a lot of reverb on that guitar. Let's try it. Yeah. It's better. And then we turn that way down, and it becomes like a lot more of an ambiance. Another thing you can do, which a lot of people do, is we'll click this, bring up the piano roll. Over here you can shrink down what you're looking at. These are going to be our bars and stuff. So I would highlight everything once again. And And let's try to bring it up an entire octave. We're at the C1, and you got 1, 2. We're 2 notes above C1 is where we begin. So I'll go 2 notes above C2. Is that right? 1, 2, yeah. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, that's clearly off. 1, 2. Looks like maybe we're 3 up. That might be it. Let's try that out now. Yeah. That's better, I think. It's more like a electric guitar player played a solo. So that's how you move things up and down on an octave and stuff. And that's why most people prefer recording in MIDI as opposed to playing the guitar itself, because it's going to be a lot harder to manipulate those sounds. So another trick I would do right here is I'd highlight everything just for this one sound, and I'd drag it all, and that makes everything kind of hang on the end of every, word. But then I also would tuck this one back in, because we want to keep everything 8 bars so they work correctly. So this is a great place to start. If you expect your first beat to be great, well, you have higher expectations than I did. But I'm still learning, and we can learn together. You'll be great if you stay consistent. The whole point of me doing this series for myself is to force my consistency. I'm going to make beats every day, and you can come along for the ride. Let's check out some bass lines now. Yeah, I like stuff like that. Bass lines can be real simple, talking whatever. I think that might be it. Trim it, grab that and trim it down to size, double click it. Let's try to quantize it. Again, not the greatest song on earth, okay? This is for beginners. This is GarageBand for beginners. So we've got the elements, we got all those elements. Let's try, I like doing bells. We did bells in the last one. Let's do something similar, like let's do one more instrument that's not gonna be anything too crazy. Synths. So we got the bells, the brass. Yeah, we're gonna do something weird like that. Paste. Now we have enough, especially for a simple hip-hop beat. We're gonna mix as we go. So bass needs to come down at least to where it was. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now we will go for the drums. We will click drum kit and show you these drum kits. So you've got your Blue Ridge drum kit. You can see it right here. Different sounds right here. In here is going to be your drums. So if it's not right there, then you might be off by an octave. And okay, here you can hear drums. So we'll go down one more octave. Got all your drums here for the Blue Ridge drum kit. You got now electronic drum kit's the same way. But up here you're going to see the electronic drum kit, hopefully. Oh, maybe I didn't pick one yet. Okay, so we're going to pick Trapdoor because that's like the trap music stuff. So up here you have like an MPC, typical drum machine. Same story, you got your sounds over here. So as we click these sounds, oops, I always press R, and that counts me in. Okay, we gotta clap. I like a clap. Clap's a good way to start, like with a little pace, get your pace going. We're gonna record each sound on its own so that when it goes to the client, they can separate every sound on its own. Some of those felt a little off, so we will check it out. Often we'll just quantize them, but they looked on, except this one was slightly off. So it's all good. We don't need to quantize it. We know that they're on by looking at the grid. So we will copy it, paste it. At that point, I believe we can take off our click track. Oh, it looks like it took it off already while we're doing drums. Okay, so next step, we will right click over here and we will do a new track with duplicate settings. That gives us the same trapdoor kick snare, the boom bap, like. And I think that's a good way to start. Actually, we should do a hi-hat. Okay, I think that's the hi-hat we're gonna want. So we'll go, we're gonna try to just record it real fast, but I'll show you how we're actually gonna do it, but we're gonna just try to record it real fast. So okay, so now we now have something to look at here, because what we're really gonna do, these are too much, the gaps are too big between the notes. So what we'll do is we'll just take all these out, and then we will put all these in. Command C, Command V, 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 V. Now we're through 3 bars at least, so we can work with that. So now you're getting more of the trap feel. So we'll take these 3 out, and we'll go, this one will go even smaller. Okay. It looks like they're not quite the right size, which is fine. We'll make something work, man. Okay. So you can hear the difference there is what it's gonna sound like. You know, I imagine that's what they call a stutter. Okay. What happens if we take some out? Whatever. It's gonna be unique, you know, unique to us. This is our beat. Okay, we're just gonna copy and paste it across. Okay, now we'll do the boom baps I was talking about. This button mutes, this button solos. So if you want to hear only this, you can do that. If you want to hear only not this, you do that. So we're gonna just see if I can boom bap it in without that clap, if it's gonna be easier. Let me see too though, am I going too fast with it? I liked the slower version better. It's all the same. Let's try that last 4 bars because they did seem slightly better. Oh, it looks like I need to tuck that one in. Okay, I see where they need to go. Word. Cool. So this one will just be 4 bars. Copy it. Actually, what we were talking about, what we would do is keep everything separated. And we should stick with that. So what we'll do here is, let's see if we can cut. Yeah. Okay, those cut out. So that's our snare patch. We're going to duplicate settings. And we are going to see if we can paste it in. Okay, that should have done it. And we will copy both by highlighting both. We will paste both. Paste, 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 paste. Okay, so at this point you can add in some more drum stuff if you want, like you know, some cymbals or whatever. We're gonna do just a quick cymbal or shaker or something real simple. Let's see what. Just that one. We're just gonna do it at the end of each bar or the beginning of each. The end of each 8 bars or the beginning of each 8 bars. Let's see. Probably the beginning. I can't tell if it's like in the end or in the beginning. Okay, so we'll make sure it's tucked properly. And we will just that easy. We'll turn that one way down as well. And we have all the pieces to make a nice simple beat. Here's what we do is we make an introductory piece, a chorus piece, a verse piece. And we repeat the chorus, verse, and the outro piece. More advanced techniques is I would definitely be diving into the EQs of everything, and I would spend a lot of time picking the right sounds. But we're not going to do that on video. So you can see that you can change any sound. So I spend a lot of time with it for sure. And then there's a lot more things you can do with Logic Pro. You can add in all your plugins and play your coolest instruments. And I mean, Logic Pro is really the way to go. Let's dive into a mix here. So we're just gonna... Maybe we start with, we gotta pick one sound to start with. I kind of like the guitar. As you can see, beats can take a long time. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, that's a cool intro to start. Cool, that's it. So we're gonna take at least 1 or 2 of these sounds out for the chorus as well. Maybe the ice mallets. What we'll do first though is we'll copy them over for the verses. Then we'll take the ice mallets out. Actually, what we're gonna do real quick, instead of that, we'll copy it all over for the verses. Copy. Paste. Now what we're going to do, this section is going to be the chorus. Because we're going to start out with the chorus, which you don't have to do. We'll take out the ice mallets for the chorus, and then the ice mallets come back in. We'll take out the claps and cymbals for the chorus, and then the claps and cymbals come back in. And then for the verse, we'll take out, it's always good to take out like one of these main pieces or even 2 of them. Okay, I think that's good enough for right now. So what we'll do is we'll copy and paste all of it. Copy, paste, that's chorus 2, verse 2, paste verse 3, and we'll paste that, and then we'll get rid of the, this will become an outro. So we'll get rid of all those pieces, and maybe even, yeah, we'll get rid of this piece, get rid of the claps, get rid of the snares, boom. That's our song. We can shrink this down to see what it looks like. So you got chorus. Oh snap, what did we do? Okay. Intro, then you got chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, outro. Boom. Song is done. Looks like that took about an hour when I'm looking at the clocks here. We killed it though. We just did that. That was great. I'm going to try to discuss follow-up in each episode too. For follow-up today, what we're going to discuss is mastering your beats. So it's harder to do on GarageBand, but anyone in any other digital audio workstation, DAW, you should master your beats. And you should master them pretty much to radio level. Sometimes the artist will want it right under that level because they're going to add their vocals, which you could think of as another instrument. So when mastering your beats, what you're really trying to do is jam all these sounds into one package. And so the best way I've seen to be doing a lot of the mastering is through your EQing. So you'd pull up your EQ. Let's see if we have a track with an EQ. Steinway piano. If we double click it, it should come up. Something else should come up. EQ. Okay, it looks like most of these have the EQ, and it's going to be the same EQ here. That's great. So this is going to be showing what sounds, and apparently this is what was put on the piano patch, was this EQ. Now let's play it real quick. You can see this is where the wave files are. So what you might want to do with that is you would cut out some of these sounds over here, and then that would leave more room for the other highs. Over here is going to be some highs, over here is going to be some lows. But if you do this, you drag this. Now this is very simple. This is not a tutorial on EQing or mastering. But this, if you do that with each sound, and then the bass you constrict over here, and the high mallets you constrict over here, you're able to fit more into one package. You're also going to want to be looking at compressors and or soft clippers, limiters. Those are the types of things you're going to want to look for. So when we adjust the volume for each track, that's really more part of the mixing process. Mixing would be putting together the choruses and verses and making these gaps and stuff, and also just the simple volume. You could consider EQ part of mixing as well, but at the end of the day, mastering. So if you don't want to learn any of that, you're going to want to use you're going to want to use like one of these online companies like Cloud Bounce or I forget the name of them. Just Google internet audio mastering. Mastering is a big part of the music production process, and it's something that is worth learning. That's the long story short of that rant. All right. Today we made a simple hip-hop beat in GarageBand for beginners. We also discussed mastering your tracks. I hope you guys had fun. If you did, if you liked the video, please consider sharing it on your favorite social network. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Those all help the algorithm. And check out all the links in the description below. Find me at GeorgeLife.com. Add me on social media everywhere at GeorgeLife. And I hope you have a great day. I'm going to, because I'm going swimming. Peace.
Little G, big life.